Hey, how's it going? This is Chef's Toy Review here, and today I decided to take a quick look and review of the Pink Ranger Power Ranger in Space figure. Now this figure is from the Legacy collection, so it's not from the Lightning collection. So there's some few differences as far as scale and articulation and paint apps and so forth. So let's get her off the stand and take a quick little look at her. Alright, so here is the Pink Ranger from the Legacy collection, Power Rangers in Space, Saban. So let's take a quick little look at her in detail. Now this is my first Ranger figure from the Legacy collection. And at first look at it, it looks very good, very detailed, great paint apps, very accurate to the television show. It's very well detailed, very well detailed. So let me go over the articulation with this figure. Now the head can rotate left and right, up and down. Now with this figure, it might be just with mine, but the head is very loose. It's very loose. And it might be just with mine, the joints might be a little loose, but the arm can go all the way around 360. You can come out this far. Oh, the hilt comes off. Come out this far. There's a bend at the elbow. There is a swivel at the wrist. There is a ab crunch. You can lean forward this far. Lean back this far. There is a ball hinge, so you can get some motion through here. Now, the legs can't move forward, but there's a swivel at the thigh. Now that's one gripe I have with this figure. The lower half is very little articulation, so it makes it very difficult to have her in different poses. So there's just a swivel at the thigh. There's a swivel at the boot. A bend at the knee, a joint at the foot here, so you can bend that far, and that is it for the articulation. So like I was saying, the lower half of this figure, there's not much articulation, so when you posing her, you can't really do much with her, so she pretty much just stands straight up. Like, you can't have her in some type of dynamic pose, which I wish they would have incorporated, which it seems kind of strange that there's not really well, then again, I think, okay, there is, but the skirt here, it hinders any leg articulation moving forward. So this skirt here is made out of a hard plastic. So if they would have made the skirt out of a soft plastic, then it wouldn't have been any hindrance in the articulation. This is as far as it can go. So it definitely hinders the articulation. Another gripe I have about this figure, again, it might be just with mine, it's very loose, like wobbly. So when you have her posed, it's best if you get some sort of stand, a figure stand, because sometimes she will fall over. Again, it could be just with mine. So that's another gripe I have about it. Now, she doesn't come with much accessories. Let's see if I can get her to stand here. Okay, so I'm gonna go over the accessories that she comes with. So she comes with her hilt. It's just a solid white. Her blaster. And the blaster is very well detailed, great paint apps. Again, it's not a default color like gray or black. They actually took the time out and painted, which is a good thing. And this figure is also a part of the Build a MegaZord collection, so it also comes with the arm of the MegaZord. So once you collect, I'll show you the packaging here. When you collect all the figures in this wave in Power Rangers in Space, the pink, red, blue, black, and yellow, you'll be able to create the MegaZord, which is featured here on the back of the packaging. And here are some other figures in Series 3. See, I have the Pink Ranger here. And this line also comes with the Blue Ranger from Power Rangers in Space, Black Ranger from Power Rangers in Space, the White Ranger from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, and the Yellow Ranger from the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. This is from Bandai as well, so this isn't from Hasbro. Okay. Now, if I was to rate this figure, I will give it a 7 out of 10. Simply because I wish this figure featured a softer goods for her skirt, and it wouldn't be so much of a hindrance. And also the joints, seem very loose. Now it could be with just mine, but that's also a gripe of mine, and it's difficult to pose her. And also the weapons, her blaster doesn't seem to stay in her hand very well. She doesn't grip the blaster very well. See, I'll put it in her hand, and you have to be careful because the blaster will fall right out. And here's her little hilt. There's a little hole here, and there's a peg here. You just simply plug it in. Again, it's not a firm grip in it, so it does fall off if you bump it a certain way or move it a certain way. It does have a tendency to fall off. But I want to give this figure a higher mark, but some things are just a little faulty. It could be just with mine. But as far as that, the paint apps is very well detailed. It's very accurate to the show. I will give them that. Now, it's no Lightning collection now, but it's still pretty decent. Do I recommend it? Yeah, it's okay. It's pretty good. It's very well detailed, and again, it's just the skirt and the joints are very loose. It's a very loose figure. If you're a Power Rangers fan or a figure collector, I would recommend it. It looks good on the shelf. Now it's a little bigger than a Lightning collection. This might be an inch or two bigger. So if you're gonna do any photo shoots with the figures, like you have to play around with how you have the figures set up. Like maybe you have her like in a background and the smaller figures around or something like that. Because she's definitely taller than the Lightning collection Power Rangers. Okay, so that was my quick little review of the Power Rangers in Space Pink Ranger. And I'll see you all soon. Bye.